Hi everyone, we're Travel with Johnny and Will, and this is day 6 of our Anthem of the Seas cruise. It's our 20th cruise, and it's with Royal Caribbean, and today is day 6, and we are currently docked in Vigo, Spain.
So, we weren't supposed to be here. We were supposed to be in the port of Havre. And instead, because there were strikes that were scheduled, Royal Caribbean were able to change our itinerary slightly. We were notified of this, I think, a day or two before we were due to board.
Yeah, that's good.
However, we didn't really have any plans for Le Havre. Because Le Havre is one of these ports where a lot of people get off to go and explore Paris, but Paris is like 2 hours away. So we went to Le Havre once before, and what we did was we had a self-imposed sea day, and we really enjoyed that because, as we said, a lot of people get off the ship to go and explore Paris. So that's what we plan to do this time. So whenever we heard we were coming to Vigo, it kind of threw a spanner in the works slightly. But we decided that we had our plans initially for a self-imposed sea day, and we would stick to them, because we did have bits and pieces that we needed to achieve that day as well.
Yeah, so today we decided to start our day with breakfast in the Windjammer. So yeah, it was a bit chaotic. We first went up there, and first thing we did, try and find a seat. And I think we went round all the way to the back and to the side, and then we got a seat sort of at the side, near the back, opposite to the side we started searching on.
Yeah, like we nearly did a whole lap of
Yeah.
honour around the place first before we could find a seat.
Like, the Windjammer, in terms of breakfast, I'm not sure what they couldn't offer you. Everything was there. I'll stick in pictures will be coming up now to see what was there, but literally I don't think there was salmon. There was a ham, a piece of ham, and people were getting slices off this ham. I also think I seen somebody with steak.
There was.
So there's absolutely everything there, and everything else that you could normally think of. I obviously just had cereal and fruit, and I think you had muesli and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
But what we did notice when we went round the back is there's just a full booth, and it says at the top gluten-free.
Yeah.
And there was a gluten-free toaster. Everything that was in this was covered. There was a gluten-free omelette station. So I really like to see that, because obviously my mum is a celiac and she needs to be gluten-free. So it's good to see these companies are taking that seriously, and they're completely separating that zone from the rest of it, which contains gluten. So I really like to see that.
Yeah. Like I say, the Windjammer is good in terms of the variety of the food. Even, throughout the day, whenever we've called in. But first thing in the morning, if you've just woke up, it is loud, it's hustle, bustle. You go in and the music's pumping. There's one of the staff members dancing away, and that's okay. They've probably been up for 3 hours already, but, whenever you've just been wakened, you probably
I don't mind it. I think that's good. Wakes you up.
Yeah, but it is full of hustle and bustle. So if you're not a morning person, I would definitely avoid the Windjammer. So one of the things we hadn't done yet on this cruise was spend time in the solarium. Now, for anyone that watches our vlogs, you will know that Will and I, we're not sort of
Sun loungers,
beach bunnies, whatever you want to call them, and we don't sit for a long period of time baked in the sun. Occasionally I'll go out and sit in the balcony for an hour or so at a time, but we're not one to lie by a pool all day. So we decided that we would give the solarium a go this morning because, as we had planned the self-imposed sea day, a lot of people were getting off to explore Vigo, and we sort of saw this opportunity as prime in order to get a good space, a good lounger in the solarium. And we had sort of walked into the solarium a few times in this cruise so far, and we really loved the space, loved the looks of the whirlpools and the swimming pools and things like that. But we hadn't yet tried it, so we headed there this morning.
Yeah, and just in terms of that, there's obviously a full bar within the solarium. There's also a bistro, which is open for select times, which we've described in our previous videos. and the pools all like waterfall into each other, and then there's 2 big whirlpools at each side. So it's a really beautiful space with a full wraparound glass sides and roof.
It really is, and the thing is, yesterday it was so chilled.
And it was really sunny and warm in Vigo as well, so it was a beautiful place to be sitting, but being completely sheltered within this solarium.
I literally just like we spent time in the hot tub, and then I actually sort of spent time just lounging around reading the Sail Away magazine, and you were like watching YouTube videos and things on your phone, and
Yeah, it was actually really relaxing, and I really did enjoy my time up there. I just need to remember next time to bring a book or something.
yeah. Let us know in the comments section below if you're a keen reader whenever it comes to lounging around in a cruise ship solarium or by the pool, or whether you chill out listening to music on your headphones, or what do you do when you're lying by the pool. So it was time for lunch. We didn't really want to go anywhere because we didn't really want to lose our space, because we really were enjoying the chilled zone that was the solarium. So we knew that you could leave your towels for I think 30 to 45 minutes before somebody would come and either lift your belongings, or they have these like covers they put on the back of the sun loungers.
Yeah.
To nearly like a yellow card, as if somebody's going to come back and take your stuff if you're not back in time.
Well, it does say on it, please collect your belongings from the towel desk.
Yeah.
So I think at that stage, if your belongings are gone and you have one of those, go to the towel desk because your chair had been unoccupied too long.
Yeah. So we made a quick dash just down to Johnny Rockets, which is in the main pool area.
It's just at one of the corners where like a poolside grill would be, except it's a specialty burger place. There was a deal on, and it was basically a burger, fries, and a drink. The drink being a soda and not a milkshake, for $14.99. And I had the Houston burger. You had the Smokehouse burger. We had about a 10-minute wait. We got a little buzzer, but when these came out, these were
They were
fresh to order.
Yeah, chips
Cooked,
were literally super hot.
Oh, it was so hot I could barely hold the plate. And the burger was really, really delicious. It was really nice. Like,
my Smokehouse burger had obviously the beef patty, it had cheese, it had barbecue sauce, it had bacon and an onion ring on it, and then we had like the cheese and bacon fries.
it was really
which were,
good.
Yeah. To be honest, we were really glad we went to visit it. We know obviously that some people are kind of like, oh well, you know, why should you pay for a burger and chips by the pool if you can get like a burger and chips in the Windjammer? Because it wouldn't be the same burger and chips. It was. We really enjoyed it. It was delicious.
So then after lunch we went back up to the solarium for a bit. I think we stayed another hour, which surprised even me. But yes, it was just very relaxing, and I think it was because there was still chairs free, and there wasn't this excessive amount of people walking past. It was so chilled. I really enjoyed it. The other thing I liked about it is normally in the cruise ships we've been on in the past, that area at the front of the ship is not enclosed, and it's the area that you have to pay for on the likes of Princess or MSC. Well, MSC is obviously Yacht Club there. So it felt like we were getting a little bit something special, and because it's adults only as well, you're not getting kids there, mucking around and doing stuff that kids would be doing. So yeah, it was a really nice, relaxing day.
So when we got back to our cabin, we were greeted then by another lovely towel animal from our cabin steward, Irish. Funnily enough, her name is. We're not 100% sure what he is. He looks like a bear.
I think it was a bear.
Yeah, he looks like a bear. We're going to say he looks like a bear. Again, comment below if you think this looks like a bear. We then just chilled out. We had some videos to put together. Will had a few areas of the ship that he needed to get on film for our ship tour. So we spent a couple of hours doing that, and then we got ready for our evening out. And tonight we have planned another trip to a specialty restaurant, which was Chop's Grill.
Yes, so Chop's Grill is the onboard steakhouse on Anthem of the Seas. When we entered, we were met by the restaurant manager just at the little entrance at the desk.
Yes, so our waiter for this evening was Ravi, and he gave us our menus and explained that we should pick an appetizer, a starter, obviously the main course, and then as many sides as we wanted. And he explained that all the sides were sharing sides, so each side would be enough for 2 people. And he gave then his personal recommendations as to things that we should choose. I think he really was recommending everything fish nearly. It was nearly like it was, yeah, order the shrimp, get surf and turf, or maybe you want to try the lobster for an extra supplement and things like that. And we were kind of like, this is based on us, you know, so
Yeah.
poor Ravi. Yeah, so for starters, sorry, for our appetizer, we had then the black pepper bacon, which was just nearly like one sort of chunky bacon, like rasher on the plate, but it was done like in black pepper. There was a taste of like clove in it as well.
And maybe a bit of sweetness from something.
Yeah.
Maybe a honey on it or something.
Yeah, it was really nice, really flavoursome. You couldn't have
Yeah.
ate any more than
And like
literally
really,
this.
really rich. Like to me, what I could give it as a closest comparison was like if you got like a pork adobo or something where you
But
had
sweeter than that, I think it was. Too,
yeah, a lot sweeter. But I mean, in terms of like the meat to the fat ratio, it was sort of like that, and both the meat and the fat just fell off the fork. Like it was really, really just fell apart.
So then for our starters, then we both went for the wild mushroom soup, and oh, like I'm always a fan of mushroom soup when it comes in a restaurant, so I wasn't going to pass this opportunity up to not have it. So we had mushroom soup, and it was really nice. There was garlic in it. There was a lot of garlic in it because like I was sort of tasting that more after, but it didn't stop me eating it. I literally really enjoyed it.
The funny thing is, I don't really like mushrooms, but I like mushroom soup.
I know, like.
So that's weird.
Yeah. So then for our mains, then I got the 9-ounce fillet steak.
And I got the 6-ounce petite fillet. Now, when these came out, I honestly could not have recognised that mine was a different size to his. So I'm not really sure what they were doing with their measurements, but
I think it was because I really wanted mine well.
oh, do you think yours
well
like
done.
shrunk?
So no, they butterflied mine. So they
yeah.
cut into it so that they could then butterfly it, and it meant then there was more chance that it was going to be cooked to my liking, which it was. It was
and
beautiful.
Mine was cooked as well. I'm sort of like a medium to well person, and yeah, it was cooked very nicely.
Yeah, and then for our sides, we ordered the cheese tater tots.
The asparagus and the French fries.
French fries, they
Now,
were
he
truffle
did
French fries.
say that the sides were shareable portions, but then he ended up bringing out 2 of the French fries. I don't really think they were shareable portions, or
Not for the French fries.
no, but the asparagus, there was like 5 bits of asparagus. So
I think, well, I suppose that if you're ordering quite a few, you know, you could share them rightly, but he brought out 2 of the asparagus and French fries because he was just like, everyone loves the French fries, and actually we did because they were truffle French
Yeah.
fries, and they were
they weren't
yummy.
overly done. Sometimes with truffle, people overdo the truffle, and then I'm just like, I don't want it.
But it was really,
it was good.
yeah. And then on for dessert, well, I had the red velvet cake, and oh my goodness me, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was just supposed to come on its own. I asked for a scoop of vanilla ice cream, which they kindly obliged us, and wow, it has to have been the nicest red velvet cake I'd ever tasted in
It
my life.
looked really, really out of this world.
It was gorgeous.
I chose the key lime meringue pie, and I chose this because I saw it on. So they bring the dishes out of the kitchen. They set them sort of right in front of us on a little tray before they served them to the tables, and I looked at it and I was like, "What is that?" Like it had the key lime layer, and then it had this massive layer of that marshmallow meringue.
Because at first you sort of thought, is
I
somebody
thought it
making
was a piece of paper sticking out because I
or like
couldn't see-
like a napkin, like a
napkin,
a folded
So
napkin
what
or
is
something.
that? But the combination of the sweetness of the meringue and the sharpness of the lime, it was it was so nice. Like, I ate the whole thing up. It was so, so good.
And we rounded it off with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and it literally made a great dining experience. Our waiter, Ravi, was superb.
Yeah, he was really attentive. Yeah.
Really attentive, checking back with us to make sure we were enjoying what we had ordered, and we couldn't have faulted it. And it was an experience because I felt in Jamie's kitchen,
Jamie's Italian.
Jamie's Italian.
Yeah.
Why do I keep calling that Jamie's kitchen? But Jamie's Italian, I felt we were sort of nearly like, I didn't feel rushed at the time, but I think considering we consumed a lot of food in a short space of time, our visit to Chops Grill nearly lasted a full 2 hours. So it was an experience, and you weren't rushed, and I like that actually. You know, I think if you're going and you're paying for that, you don't want to feel rushed. And don't get me wrong, we walked out and we were absolutely filled to the brim, but we didn't sort of feel ill, you know, coming out.
Because after Jamie's Italian, we went to bed.
Yeah, like we were fit for nothing that night.
No.
So then afterwards, we then headed back to the cabin. We wanted to go out onto the balcony to watch the sunset, and well, we were waiting and we were waiting and we were waiting, and because we brought a drink back with us, and we were like, no, we're gonna have to leave because we had booked to go and see the show,
so the show was about 9:30, and I don't think the sunset was gonna happen for at least about another 10 minutes yet. So we'll show you where we got to with it, but we didn't quite make it to the sunset. But it was really nice having it on our side of the ship. You know, as we're going forward, it was on the left-hand side of the ship, and it was nice to have that for a change.
Yeah.
So tonight's show was our next thing to see, and it was in the Royal Theatre, and the show is entitled The Gift. So what I'm going to say about the show is I'm going to critique everything, and there's going to be one area where I'm going to give it a low score because you'll see.
You better run, girl. Let's it run.
So basically, the singing was really good, the dancing was really good, the production, the stage, the lighting, sound, really good. The story, I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't follow it. My mouth was just like, what is this show? Johnny can explain a little bit about the story.
Yeah, I really only got the story like about 5 minutes towards the end, and when they did that lovely thing with the shadows.
And maybe we don't have to say the whole story to ruin it. But
yeah, but it is a nice story. If I got it right, if I understood the story right, it's a nice story. However, it wasn't very clear from the get go, and so I think. We weren't the only people in the audience that sort of sat there like.
Some people in our row actually left.
Yeah, and actually, whenever we were leaving, there was a guy that was walking behind me, and I could hear him saying, "That was a really good show." He says, "I'm buggered if I know what it was about, but it was a good show." But he says, "I've no idea what it was about."
Like a few of the random things that appeared in it, what appeared to be like a shipwreck or a ship that was tilted. There was a grandfather clock that had a red light inside it.
Yeah.
There was a dragon.
It was a wee bit similar to some of the shows we've seen on MSC ships.
It really was.
They're nearly so bizarre because they're trying to tell a very simple story to multiple nationalities of an audience. But but look, you still go and see it. Like as well said, it's a great production. It's just the story is just not great and not easy to pick up. But if you're watching this video and you have seen the gift, please write in the comments below what your interpretation
100%.
is, because I would like to know if anybody else actually shared what my interpretation of was, because I would like to know if I'm right. So after that then, we had headed out. We thought we'd have a nightcap, and then we would get our sodas refilled our soda cups then refilled before heading back up to the room. So it was a quick pit stop for a drink, and then a quick pit stop to Sorrento's to use our soda machine before then heading back to our cabin.
Yes, so that is our recap of our day 6 on board. If you've liked the video, please give us a thumbs up down below and click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next video in the series. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.